But yeah, the longer this goes on, and the more the news cycle just moves on, the less people are thinking about it, and the less pressure there is on everybody involved. So, you know, and what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this. When this happened, we were fixated on him. Everybody was fixated on Harjinders Singh, right? We all saw that video over and over and over again. And then as time went on, you know, we saw that poor young lady getting murdered on that train in North Carolina. All right, welcome to the Golden Belt Buckle Podcast. Again, if you're new here and you like what you see at the end of the video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I have to admit, I actually shoot these videos a couple of times over, a lot of times, because it's very important to me that I get my facts straight and that everything I want to say comes out the way I want to say it. Excuse me. Because I know that every time someone watches this for the first time, it's their first impression of me. So getting into this, trucker accused of being in U.S. illegally pleads not guilty in the Florida crash that killed 3. We're talking about Harjinders Singh. He has now entered his not guilty plea, and that doesn't mean he's not pleading guilty to doing anything. It means he's pleading not guilty to his charge of vehicular manslaughter, 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter to be exact. So his defense is going to be holding the prosecution to a standard. They're going to make them actually prove, if they want to go through with this, prove in a court of law that he actually met the threshold of vehicular homicide. And, you know, if in the middle of all of this, they get together, they get talking, and the defense can say, hey, listen, there's a lot of precedent here for a lot worse or similar crimes as this guy's committed that did not end up in max sentences being held out or handed out. In fact, there's examples in precedents that where people who've done very similar things have been found not guilty of vehicular manslaughter. So are you sure you want to go through with this? You know, not to mention, you know, we've had mechanics take apart the brakes of the minivan. We checked his cell records, and we could tell that they were texting. And you know, they're going to go through all this stuff, right? They're going to get together and talk about this stuff and determine whether or not they're really going to go to trial with this. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for the defense, because right when it happened, and in the weeks following, there's a lot of pressure from both the governor of Florida and the Trump administration for the court to make an example out of this guy. There would be political pressure, right? And so there's only so much the judge can do according to law, but the judge, there are things that can be done, right? They can choose to give them the max sentences. They can choose to give them lighter sentences, right? And, you know, but the longer this goes on, the less people are going to be thinking about it, and the more free the judge is going to be to give what he thinks is suitable. And the jury, if you know, his jury will be more likely. He'll be more likely to find jurors who are not biased against him or for him, right? As the emotions die down and people they can start thinking more objectively, right? And this is why I put that other video out. A couple of people got really upset that I was predicting that he's not going to go to prison as long as you think. I'm not trying to tickle anybody's ear, okay? I just try to get to the bottom of things and let the chips fall where they may. We may like it, we may not like it, right? But it is what it is. So, but yeah, the longer this goes on, and the more the news cycle just moves on, the less people are thinking about it, and the less pressure there is on everybody involved. So, you know, and what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this. When this happened, we were fixated on him. Everybody was fixated on Harjinders Singh, right? We all saw that video over and over and over again. And then as time went on, you know, we saw that poor young lady getting murdered on that train in North Carolina. Oh, now we're fixated on that, right? We're not thinking about this guy anymore. And then literally, was it 2 days after that, Charlie Kirk gets murdered. Right now we're fixated on that, and everybody's going into what really happened there, right? We're all trying to figure that out now. And then since that happened, everybody's focusing on the rioting going on. I think it's in Portland with Antifa and the ICE agents, right? Everybody's fixated. We're all kind of all over the place, and so you know, if you're the defense, you know this. You know that psychologically it's in your favor for this to carry on as long as you can possibly make it carry on for. So that's where it stands right now, and I'll leave it there. I just wanted to give a quick update of this, and anybody watching this, again, if you like what you're seeing, do me a favor, like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and do me a favor, be polite to each other. If you're angry at anybody, take it out on me. I got broad shoulders, I can take it. So till next time, keep the rubber side down. Cheers.